Good morning and g'day, mate, and welcome back to Dyson Sphere with me, and of course, our good friend, Mr. Icarus. I'm just, removing some of the forest that's in our way, whilst we, wait for you guys to get here so we can talk about today's episode. Because today's episode, now that we've cleared out, the dark fog and they're off our planet, I want to get into some automation, some serious amounts of automation. I'm sick of handcrafting, I say, with a crafting handcrafting queue that is full of all sorts of things, but I'd really like to automate. I'd really like to automate everything. That is going to be the point of the game. So today, I'm going to be building a mall. I know, I said it out loud. I said the M1 word. We're going to be making a mall. And at the same time, I'm going to be sharing the blueprint with you guys. So before we get into today's episode, I ask a favor, just a small favor, just a little thing. I just like to borrow a like. I like to borrow a like early in the video. Not happy with the video, didn't enjoy the video, didn't think my mall was worth it. By all means, you can have your like back. All right. First thing we need to do is we need to talk about the dark fog. They have been beaten up, blown up, and kicked off the planet, but they're going to keep landing. Now, I have no way of dealing with them right now. I don't have the tech right now, but I will have the tech in the near future. For right now, what I want to do is I want to go back into technologies. I want to finish that one, 96%. I want to finish those, and that's it for blue science. Yeah, that's our last blue science research. So I want to jump over to red science, and I want to start getting more red science stuff. Prototype, thank you. That'll give us squadrons. We can have little ships that will fly around, and they will take out some problems for us. But I want to get 2 extra construction drones. I want to get 1 extra construction task, which means when a drone launches, it'll build 2 things rather than 1 thing. That's very, very handy. Also, I'd like Icarus to move faster. And I'd like the drones to move faster. The other thing I'd really like is extra inventory slots. Yeah, that's yellow. That's red. We can go even faster. Cool. All right, so that's the first problem. Second problem is I don't have a lot of ammo. I thought I have an awful lot of ammo. I don't have an awful lot of ammo, which is a problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw down an assembler here and assembler here. These are both temporary. We'll be pulling them up shortly. Throw in a single power pole. We're going to have those both go in there. We're going to set a recipe of make me ammo, copy and paste. And I'm going to throw all the copper I have into there and into there. That'll make some ammo. Not a lot of ammo, but some ammo. Whilst we wait for that, I want to fly across the base because I have done some background work. I have put in, a couple of outposts. I have tapped tapped this stone patch. I have tapped the other 2 coal miners that were over here that were already set up but weren't built. I've tapped a copper over there, and I've tapped 2 irons right at the top of the map because I need to build a mall. Now, before I build a mall, I need to probably finish off my handcrafting queue. I also am going to need some power poles. Yoink. And we need to stop here and grab some ammo. The other things I need to do is you have an awful lot of copper and you don't have an awful lot of copper. That's the problem. So I want to give you 3 times the amount of inserters to get 3 times the amount of copper from there to there. I also want to, no, I haven't picked up the bits and pieces I need. I need to pick up some magnets. Yoink. And I also need to, there we go, that's 2 extra construction drones, that'll help. I want to put in another one of these, because I have some spare iron. Now, if I have spare iron, I could turn that spare iron into, well, in theory, I could turn it into spare electronic circuits. No, not that. There to there, please. And if I can do that, in theory, hopefully, maybe, if I'm really lucky, I can actually get to a situation where, there, and there. With a power pole here, so you're actually powered. Hopefully I can get to a situation where we can actually have enough on the belts. Oh god, Icarus, you built yourself in. That I can have both these sets of towers running at full speed at full time. That'd be really nice. Also going to need 1, 2, 3 of those to make sure I have fuel. And I want to dump that, and you're full. Ooh, have another box. Alright, other things I want to do is I want to start putting stone into this box. I'm going to be converting that stone with the power of a smelter into a new resource for us. Can I cancel that recipe? Okay. I want to convert any stone that I happen to dig up with Icarus into silicon. Silicon's not something we're going to be using anytime soon, but it is something I want in the future. I also want to make sure that if we convert our stone into silicon, I put it back in this box because I already have some silicon here. What I can do with the silicon is I can turn it into high purity silicon, which is going to be important for future technology. So we're going to throw a single power pole there, and that should convert any stone I happen to dump in this box into silicon, and then convert the silicon into silicon ingots. All right, next thing on our list is grab some copper whilst we're here, and it is head over here for probably more iron and more power poles. Cool. Power poles, iron, belts, gears, no. Steel, maybe. We'll grab some steel. Okay, all right. With that out of the way, I think that's everything I had to do. All right, with that out of the way, I want to build a mall. Like I said, I want to build a mall. I want to start automating things. I want to automate everything. And the best part is, I've made it a blueprint. I've made it a blueprint that I can share with you guys. Now, the blueprints in Dyson Sphere are a little bit different. They're easy enough to share. That's the best part. The problem is, you can't just grab an endgame blueprint and throw it down. But what you can do is turn that sideways and get myself a couple more tiles, because they're going to be actually critically important. I am out of tiles. I'm out of space. I'm out of everything. Because I have a mall. I have a mall that is fairly large, and it's going to get larger over time, which is both good and bad. I also am going to need... What did I pick up? Bricks? I didn't pick up bricks. Okay, cool. Can I put that in there, and that in there, and that in there? Please burn off all the oil. Okay. And I don't know what I need you to craft. How many of those do I have? 128. I need more of those. Cool. All right. So, resources-wise, when we spawned about here. And as you can see, there's plenty of resources on the map. Plenty of resources on the map right where we spawn. Over here is where we've built oil and a whole lot of belts that have been ghosted in. We're just waiting for, well, the bots to get out and actually get it done. Although, with them actually getting an extra task, that should hopefully help. So, this has some resources, not a lot. And this is where, well, the dark fog spawns. And as you can see, there are no resources out here. So, ideally, I'd like to put my mole here. That way I don't have to run my belts too far. The problem is, well, most of the area has been filled up. I could get a whole bunch of foundation and fill in a whole bunch of sea, and that is a very viable option. The problem is, well, I'd have to make a whole lot of landfill, and I have to fill in a whole lot of sea, and that's going to take time. Also, well, actually, that's the main issue. So instead, I'm going to put it here. It's going to be a little bit awkward, but I think we should be able to fit it without too much problem. What am I looking for? I'm looking for wind turbines. Yes, make some of those. All right. So what we're going to do is, and the other thing is, no, not blueprints, technology. Technology, blueprints-wise, I have a limitation. I have mass construction, number 1, which gives you 150 facilities. That's for like really, really basic blueprints. Then you get 300 facilities. Now, 300 facilities includes everything. Includes every sorter, every belt, every single item, which means 300 is still not a lot of stuff. The next one's 900. 900 is where life gets so much easier, but I don't have that unlocked yet. And I've instead decided to make the blueprint for 300. The problem is it's way more than 300 entities. It's around about 1,500, which means I have a blueprint book. It is the mall. Actually, can I throw in a mall part 2? We're just going to be using this for lining up things. Let's put that there. Okay, bots, please don't build that. Please go over here and build the stuff that's actually important. All right, then I want to get Icarus to walk faster. Thanks. Cool. I want to line this up with those belts, which means I'm going to be putting this right about here. What? Here. There we go. And deconstruct, please, all of that. Bots, I appreciate it, but can you build the stuff closer to me? Cool. All right, so we're going to dump down this. Now, this is... well, a smelter block. This is only the first stage. And as you can see, I'm actually short on... crap, I'm short on bricks. Well, Icarus, whilst you're standing around, grab some stone. Done. Okay. Also... that didn't get me very far. Okay. So, as you can see, there are markers on the belts. Markers on the belts can indicate where each resource needs to go. So this needs to have stone come in, which I've already brought over, and that's off by tile, and that's going to come in there. So we know that's where stone goes. We also know that if I click and hold on this, I can have Icarus help, well, place these things manually, and that way hopefully the bots just do the belts, because, well, there's a lot of belts to put down. There's a lot of everything to put down. So that should be... No, that item doesn't exist. That's in the crafting queue somewhere. Okay, so that's stage number 1. Still some belts to throw down, but... Actually, I need to have these belts done. Because these should have a marker on them, indicating what the output is on the belts. Marker. Well. Hopefully, when you pop across my Discord and you get the final version, they'll have a marker on them to tell you what's on the belts. Because those markers are used for overlapping the belts. It's going to be critically important because, like I said, this is a multi-stage blueprint. So after we have the mall part 1, we're going to throw in the mall part 2. I'm going to have the markers that don't exist line up with the other markers that do exist, and I'm going to dump that right there. And this is going to be the next stage of our blueprint. So this is designed to bring in stone. Okay, so we're bringing in 1 belt of stone. We're going to be turning that into both brick and into glass. We're also going to bring in a belt worth of iron, which we're going to turn to magnets, a belt worth of copper, which we're going to turn to copper ingots, and obviously another belt worth of iron to turn into, well, more iron. Iron plate, that is. And my belts are all over here. Can I just come over here? And... I don't have any mining machines. Okay, that's not going to work. Alright, what are we researching? We are researching 2 meters per second faster. Okay. That's no. That's a no. That's a no. Auto reconstruction, sure. Not that we're going to be using that anytime soon. More fuel. Cruise speed is something we're going to not want in the not too distant future. Okay, so that gets the coal belt running. Alright, we'll talk about these two, which need to be plugged into the power grid. Can I get a wind turbine from there to there, and then there to there, and then there to there, and there? Okay, so I have 1 little patch of copper over here, which I have up and running. And on top of that, I have, well, 2 sky belts. 2 sky belts here. Now, it's... Lots of people make lots of comments. Lots of comments about how the fact that I build diagonal belts. I have you know that these belts are straighter than any other belt you ever see, because every other belt in Dyson Sphere follows the curvature of the Earth. Planet, I guess it's more technically correct, whereas my belts don't. They go dead straight. The other reason they go dead straight is, right at the moment, I have shit tech. Okay, we all have shit tech this early in the game. And from here to here, let's say it's 87 belts. If I press R twice, I get a direct belt, which is 69. Nice. Which is much faster. It's a shorter distance. It's less belts that have to be placed down, which means less hanging around waiting for the bots to do their job. So I am definitely going to go for diagonal belts wherever possible. Also, if I'm going to make a large belt that's going to traverse large portions of the map, I will also fairly often raise the belt up into the air. And you might ask why, JD? And the answer is, well, because as you build things, Icarus launches the bots up in the air. And if the belt's at the ground level, then the bots have to fly back to the ground to then get the belts built. Whereas if the belt's up in the air, it's actually quicker to get it built, which matters over time. Over time and long belts. Also, you're almost full. I thought that might happen. Can I... Actually, don't care for the moment. Can I just bring you to here and to here? I need to burn this stuff off. And a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, we completed this research and we got one of these machines for free, which I'm going to... Thanks. I'm going to plug in there and you will start burning fuel in a thermal power plant and making power. Cool. All right. So, Icarus, come down here. All right. So, our blueprint. Now... No, actually, I need to feed these resources in. So, we have... copper here, which I want to go to there. That's what I thought. Up 1 tile and then straight into there. I have coal, up 2 tiles and bring that to there and then drop that into there. I have iron, which we're going to bring actually probably this way first. Can you go straight to ground level by any chance? You can. And bring that into there. And then this iron, we're going to bring to here at that height, and then drop it down to ground level as well. Crap. I only want to remove the parts that weren't built. 1, 2... Hold shift so I can build a belt over a belt. To there. And then... down to ground level and through. That was an important belt. Yeah, through there, I hope. Okay, so that'll get the resources pumping in, which is good, which means things will start happening. Can I make you just handcraft those, because I'm going to need them. And if I can't handcraft those, handcraft some of them, because I always need those too. All right, so we're making iron, we're making copper, we're making magnets. All right, magnets are going to get turned straight into magnetic coils. It's very, very important. We need a lot of those for different things. They also, any magnets that are not being turned into magnetic coils are going to go in this box. So it means if I need magnetic coils, I have a box I can pick them up from, which is going to be very handy for all our not handcrafting needs. Yeah. The other thing that we're going to do is, with a lot of these builds, we're going to actually buffer things up. But we'll talk about that as we unlock more parts of the blueprint. So, first thing is magnetic coils. Now, magnetic coils are going to come out. They're going to go on a belt. They're going to go off to places and things. We're going to use them for multiple places as well, multiple things in the future. Iron is going to come in, and it's going to make our wonderful green circuits. Green circuits comes to one of our very first buffer boxes. Now, you're outputting onto the belt. You're inputting off the belts. And then outputting onto the belt twice. And the reason for that being is I can fill this up. I can fill this up as a giant buffer box. And when a giant buffer box is full, well, I have the ability to dump it back onto the belts to, well, burn through materials quickly when we have a shortfall. This iron belt is not going to be, not going to have enough density on it for what we need to do in the long term. So there's a couple of buffers. Also, you might notice every single storage chest is filtered exactly for exact item that's meant to be in there and has the maximum capacity. Actually, I want bricks. I want bricks and I want landfill. Cool. All right, gears. I can move a little bit faster. Cool. Gears, exact same story. We're dumping out to the belt, we're bringing into the box, and I'm dumping back out of the box twice to make sure I have plenty of room for gears. We have one machine making belts, so I now have belts here automated. We had belts previously, but now I have more belts. I also have engines. We needed engines previously for engine-related research, and also it's an intermediate for other things. The other thing I have down here is I have the wonderful combustible unit coming in from a coal belt. I can probably throw an extra sorter on here and an extra sorter on here if you want it to go faster. Realistically, you don't need to go faster. You only need 4 stacks. 4 stacks fully fills Icarus up, and it's going to run you for quite some time. But that's only the first stage of the blueprint. The second stage of the blueprint is mole number 3, and that's going to tag on right here. All we do is we line up our symbols and we place them over the top, and this should put in the next part of the blueprint. Now, should also mention the little white boxes. The little white boxes are caps that go on each one of the storage cases, because in the future, we will research technologies. I will research this one. This gives us, well, caps that go on all the storage boxes, and also fidget spinners. Now, fidget spinners are going to, well, be able to bring me stuff directly to my inventory. So rather than me having to go to a box to find belts, I'll have belts right there, convenient, and where I can grab them. I can't have any of those, but there's a box. There's not a box yet. The box hasn't been built yet, but I should be able to craft 6 of those. Cool. And then go back to crafting foundation. Now, this is not going to remove all my handcrafting. It's just going to remove a good portion of it. Okay, I had extra iron ore. So the extra iron ore we're going to right here convert into iron and then into steel and dump out onto a belt. Also, there's a buffer box which shall pick up steel, put it in the box, and also a second smelter that's going to turn more iron into more steel and put it into a box right here for me personally to pick up. Also put steel right here, again, for me personally to pick up. We also have, with our belts being made, we now have also splitters being made, and I have the splitter Mark II being made with electric motors, that's the name of them, made on site to make sure we can make the sorter Mark II, which means very soon we're going to stop using sorter Mark I, and I have my first unknown. Now, there's a number of things in this blueprint that I don't have the technology for. This happens to be the electromagnetic turbine, which means I can't set this recipe yet because I don't have the technology unlocked. The good news is that as this box is capped and filtered with exactly that item, you can look it up fairly easily. All right, with that section of the blueprint out of the way, can we go back into here and back into here, and we're going to grab part number 4. And we'll put part number 4 overlapped perfectly with part number 3, and click, and away we go. So again, we're going to have a couple more smelters, making a little bit more steel. Then we have ammo production. So this is going to be fairly important, and I am definitely going to give you a couple of extra sorters, because ammo is sort of important for me right now, because that box be empty and a number of those guns be without ammo, and it keeps respawning, and it's gonna get out of my way. It's gonna keep respawning forever until I can actually deal with the problem permanently. I could fill it in with land, with soil, but I prefer not to. I prefer to leave that open hole there for a later issue. All right, we have another unknown. The other unknown is going to make green belt, being the tier 2 belt. I don't have that unlocked, so I can't set the recipe. You are going to start making assemblies. You're going to start making boxes, so you'll need iron and bricks. So we have bricks that are already down here, being put on a little belt, brought up here, and being fed in this machine. We also need bricks to make arc furnaces, and if the bricks get there fast enough, well, we'll start automating those as well. Now, a lot of these builds are not going to be able to run at full speed. Like, we can already see the iron belt. The iron's not making it this far. That's perfectly normal. That's perfectly fine. It's not an issue, because the idea of these sort of systems is they run quietly in the background, they're automated, and they just run. And eventually, when you go and visit them, they're full of stuff that you might need. We also have good old miners right here, which has no iron, as expected. We also have the plasma exciters that I need for, like, refineries and chem plants and a few different things. We have the prisms that I said I automated previously, and that is just glass. And again, we're just putting onto a belt with, well, this has 2 output inserters, with one being directly fed from the machine, so it can buffer up. And then I need to get to my next part of the blueprint, which means I need to have this little bit of water go away. Cool. That should make it go away. All right, then we're going to come into here, and we're going to get the part 5. We're going to put in the last piece of the current blueprint. There is more coming with this blueprint, a lot more coming with this blueprint, but this is all I have for right now. I also don't have any boxes. Good news is they're automated, so I can just pick them up from there. So we have good old wind turbines. I'm also out of sorters. Can I go to, who is making sorters? You're making sorters. You don't have any tier 1 sorters. Can I just hang, just a few? Just a few. There we go. So we have wind turbines, also standard power poles, and then I have, well, the wireless power towers. They're the ones that I can dump down to actually have the power network recharge Icarus. But then, of course, I have guns. Guns are going to be important, so we're definitely going to automate those. Down here I have another unknown. This is the photon combiner. Photon combiner. It is the photon combiner, but I don't have the recipe unlocked, so I can't set the recipe. But it's, again, has a box where we're going to output onto the belts, then input into the box, two sorters back out, and then we can dump things back onto the belt if needs be. Now, many people have mentioned that you can now put down a... Do I have one in my inventory? I do not. I craft one of them. I could throw down one of these, and on top of that, can I get that to go away? And on top of that, I could put a storage box. And that is a perfectly viable solution if you want to have, well, storage. It is storage. Everything comes into there, goes into there. It works. It works as a viable solution, but it's also at a height of 2, which means I can't do that. Because I got to tell you, if I end up in a situation where I have... Actually, let's make the situation. We want to go back to where we made you. I want to remove you, and I want to pick up... It all fits my hand. I want to pick up those, and then I want to take them back over there. Now, if they don't fit in the box, then I'm just stuck with them. But the way this is set up currently, I could put a box on top of that box and, well, fill up the new box with all the prisms. And am I lucky they're all going to fit or not? They will all fit. And you're missing that in one slot for some reason. Okay. Yeah, they all fit just. But whilst we're here, now we have ammo automated. I want to grab a belt out from there. I'm going to bring it a decent distance because I know I have more things to build in this general area. And I'm going to run that way. And this is pretty important. So I'm going to put 2 sorters on it. Do I have any ammo on me? 77. I'm going to dump that in there as well. Because I need to get ammo fed up to the front line before it runs out, because I don't want to have to deal with them coming back. That is half the plan, just to have a nice, quiet, relaxing build where we just don't have to deal with them. We can tech up for a little while. We can clean up for a little while. Can I just run that into there? That'll do. Cool. Icarus, you don't have to keep running this far, but sure. And I don't need that storage box anymore. Yeah. Oh god, that's really out of ammo. Yeah, I don't want to deal with the problem, okay? The dark fog is going to tech up the more power I use, the more I tech up, the more power I use, the more they'll go up in experience and things. So it's something I'm going to keep an eye on. So we're hoping to keep things calm and casual for a little while. Also means you probably shouldn't fill up boxes and boxes full of materials because, well, that's going to force them to tech up, and I'd prefer it if they don't. But one thing I do need to do is, we can see you are full. Can I... Where are those? I need bricks. Oh, look, we happen to have bricks. Right here. Yeah, it's not automated. We're not going to have everything automated just yet. Where were you? You were... It's not something I craft. It's in the power network. That item. There we go. 5. All of them. Okay. I have too much refined oil, and therefore I don't have any hydrogen. And hydrogen is what makes red science go brr. So we're going to... 1, 2, 3. 3. I'm going to throw down some of those down. And the other thing I'm going to do is... probably regret the decision. And can I... No, I have to pick it up gradually. Okay, I don't want to pick it up gradually. No. Okay. Alright, we're going to run our belt into there, then out of there, and then over there. Because I want this empty. I also want my hydrogen tank to also move out of the way, because I need to make the oil bigger. The oil build bigger. Can I put this here as well? Put that into there and that out of there, and run that through to there and through to there. Can I grab you? I'm going to drag you out to there. And can I also do the same with your splitter? And put you there and remove you. And we're going to run, well, basically like that. Okay, can I fill those up? It's 9,000. It's over 9,000! Okay, that's way faster. It's way faster. Okay, now we know that. What we're going to do is we're going to do that. Yeah. Okay. That. I forgot it stacks so bad. Maybe this was a bad idea. Hello? Okay. I'm going to come out of combat mode to do this. Yeah, maybe this was a bad idea. Sort. Does that get me an extra inventory slot? We are moving it. Maybe not as quickly as I'd like, but we are moving it. Okay, can I, whilst we do this, can I drag this belt out? Can I go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and put a power pole here, here, and here. Okay. Okay, that's more making fuel. No, no, no. I want that mass construction because that'll make future blueprints a whole lot easier. Energy shield sounds like a deal. Vertical construction, let me build taller. I want that one. So this will increase our mining speed by just a little bit. Also, probably more importantly, will also allow us to Make the resource patches last a little bit longer. Can I put that in there? Okay. I haven't looked. How is power? Power in the Cooper? Probably not with these thermal plants running. Power's okay-ish. Can I throw you here? And here? Just less in my inventory. There's another slot open. Can I delete that permanently? And I don't want to delete the titanium because it's hard to get my hands on. It is a rare resource. No, it's other way around. Yeah. Okay. My other option, I could just ignore this. Technically, I could delete it. But I don't really want to delete it. Okay, can I... Okay, I need to place a bunch of you guys to activate cracking. Cracking's going to be our answer. Let us turn this light oil into more hydrogen, which is what we need to make red science run faster. But my problem is going to be space. Actually... Can I do... One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. I think I only need 6. Okay, try again. I also need to have the research done, which I haven't done yet. Should probably maybe add that to the queue. Okay, I can live without that, I can live without that, I can live without that. Alright, technologies. I would like to activate this one. This is normally the first research you do, because it's going to speed up red research. No, that's fine, it's getting there. Okay, pick up more of the fuel, dump more of the fuel. This might be even more full now. Okay, alright, whilst we wait for that. Okay, what I want to do is I want to set a different recipe that I don't have access to just yet, but it is going to bring in hydrogen and also the refined oil. So I want to bring in both those belts. The hydrogen I actually want to take all the way around and back out of the system because it's going to duplicate hydrogen. Also, there we go, we can now press space twice and fly around the planet. It's also a lot faster to move around. And that was the ding of... That was not the ding. Normally there's a ding when you attack. That is full of ammo now. I like it. Okay. Alright, we need to have a bigger inventory. I don't think this all fits. Alright, the other thing the new recipe is going to do is it's going to also kick out the energetic graphene, I always get too confused, which is actually used to run red science as well. So I want to have this set up preferably sooner, because it means I'll stop burning coal for burning most of my coal. I'll burn less coal. I'll burn less coal to actually run this particular red research. I will also, at the same time, have a clear playground, battleground, oil refinery, whatever you want to call it. That. Are we done? We're almost done. That is more than what was in there to start with. Okay, can I put a second storage on top? Okay. Everything? There's ammo. Why is there ammo? Oh. Okay, obviously I didn't clear it up previously. That would be from our attack. When a gun gets blown up, it has ammo in it, the ammo goes on the ground. Alright. So, we want to do that. Alright, first thing I want to do is here. I want to get your sorters hooked in. I want to actually have some sorters, and I don't think... Actually, we do have some tier 1s. Fine, I'll use the tier 1s. We're very close to upgrading to tier 2s. Okay, So I want to set this up with some balances correctly. Okay, so you are going to have a second belt on the upper path, and we're going to bring that out around over to here and then down to ground level. I want you to be the priority out, being the top one, and that should push all the refined oil out the top belt till the top belt is fully saturated. We're going to bring in our refined oil. We're also going to bring in our hydrogen, and I'm going to bring out hydrogen. And what I want to do is, what are you? You're a in as well. And then on the out, I can press tab to pick the different recipes. I want to make sure it's selected for hydrogen. Okay, so I'm going to take in, actually no, it's the other way around. I'm going to bring out hydrogen, and I'm going to take in hydrogen. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but that's okay. It will make sense shortly. I'm going to copy that to all your friends. All right. On the other side, we are going to once again take out hydrogen and bring in hydrogen. We're also going to bring out the graphite, because that is graphite, graphene, which is it? Graphite. Cool, it's graphite. We're also going to bring out the graphite, and hopefully I can squeeze a power pole nowhere. You did a great job, JD. There is, fine. We'll put a power pole here, and here, and here. Normally you put them in the build, but I guess not this time around. All right, so you are set up for duplicating your hydrogen, because that is going to be your main goal in life, your only goal in life. Make my hydrogen stretch further. Okay. All right, so what I need to do is press all the wrong buttons. I need to come to here. I need to bring out this on the top belt, sneak it around to here, and then probably run out of belts. Can we get some belts, please? See, the advantage of having a build right here. We're going to grab, lots of belts. X-ray cracking complete. Okay, cool. With that done, can I go back to energy shield? Sounds like a deal. Mass construction sounds like a deal. That was it on this screen. There is, there was veins utilization. There is vertical construction. There is combat drone damage. Squads, so we can have more combat robots. But I'm not too worried about those right now. What I am worried about is that recipe. Actually, no. What I am worried about, I'm worried about titanium smelting. I'm worried about crystal smelting. I'm worried about polymer chemical engineering. And I'm worried about magnetic levitation, which leads to better quality belts. Cool. All right, back over to here. So we're going to set up this recipe. So this is 1 refined oil in plus 2 hydrogen equals 3 hydrogen and 1 of the energy graphite. So that's the recipe I want. We're going to copy that to all those machines. And then all I need to do is grab our hydrogen, which I got as far as here, and bring you at height 1 still, please. All the way around to here, and then to there, and then plug that into there as well. And you, same story, I want you to prioritize the top one. I want to make sure that that is the most important one, and my output is going to come around underneath the hydrogen belt and into there. Do I want to put it in the... technically it should go into the balancer, but for right now it's probably okay. Alright, so this is going to start duplicating the hydrogen, which means I'm going to actually have more hydrogen come out that goes into the system. And it's also one of the reasons why I make sure the output is before the input to thoroughly saturate each one of these machines and the whole belt. We can see you were lit up because you were stuffed. You couldn't get stuff in there fast. All right, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this stuff out. And this could get a little bit complicated because there's belts in the way everywhere. We're going to run, where is science? Science is there. Where is the energy graphite? It is there. So I sort of want to run up a tile and then over this and then down to ground level, and then I want to run into there. Okay, with that done, it's going to come through to here. Okay, with that done, we're going to have a problem. It's definitely a problem. As you can see, this is going to come through and it's going to get stuck here because the other belt's already full. But I need to have this stuff burn off. If this stuff doesn't get, if I don't get rid of this stuff, I can't keep the hydrogen duplicating. So what I need to do is I need to disconnect that. The problem is this system doesn't actually make enough energy graphite to keep the labs running full speed. As you can see, they're all now lit up. We've got plenty of red signs popping out, which means hopefully signs have stopped. Because there's nothing on the belt right at the moment. But now it's swapped over the system because I cut off the hydrogen for a little bit whilst we were waiting to fill up this system. Yeah, it's now running full speed. So I still need to import stuff back onto this energy graphite belt. Now I could put in one of those very, very fancy splitters. Very fancy. Or what I could do is I can bring this down to ground level, plug that in there, and then take this belt and run it in sideways. And because it's now going to come in and it's going to side load, it means this stuff's going to have the priority. So anything on this belt's going to go through first. This is just going to fill in the gaps, which is just an easier and a dumber way of doing the exact same thing. But I like the dumb way because the dumb way doesn't break. Okay, so you are making sure that we're running this system first, which should get rid of some of our refined oil. But this can get rid of whatever's left. Realistically, I want a splitter and a splitter to make sure that that's first, but sure, that'll do for now. Hydrogen is running flat out, and here we go. You can see our two belts. So we can see for the resources coming in, there are more coming out. It's not much more, okay? It's not a massive difference, but it's enough to keep this running flat out. It's also enough that this is not filling up. Like, as fast as the hydrogen's coming in, it's going straight out and it's going straight to science because it's roughly ratioed. There might be a little bit of a buffer that builds up in here, but roughly it should keep up instead of 1-to-1 ratio, which means I should be able to burn through the research as fast as possible, which is really our plan. Because there is more things I need to do. There's more neatening, there's more tidying, there's definitely more blueprints to put down because, well, if we look at buildings, I don't have refineries, I don't have labs, I don't have chemical plants, I don't have the battlefield analysis. None of these other things are automated yet, and, well, I'd like them automated. I'd like them automated now rather than later. So we're going to leave this episode here. We're going to come back in the next episode. We're probably going to build more of the mall, make sure that we have more things up and automated. Also, at the same time, I need to start prepping to go, well, interplanetary. I need to make sure I have, well, plenty of wind turbines. I also need to make sure I have plenty of smelters because we're going to have to jump to either Hercules 3 to grab titanium and silicon, or off to Hercules 4. As Hercules 4 has 130% wind and one friend compared to 2 friends, I think we're going to go for the further away planet. Just because we're going to be running on wind power. So that's going to be our plan, but we're not going to be able to jump to that until, well, I'm prepared. So I need to have a butt ton of wind turbines to make sure we have power there. I'm going to need a butt ton of miners to make sure that, well, we mine the resources when we get there. I need smelters because I'm going to smelt it on site because why the hell won't I? And, well, that'll be coming in the future episodes, along with more updates to this mall. Oh, by the way, mall. If you want a copy of it, the early alpha version is on my Discord server. Link is on your screen. It's also down in the description. Really recommend if you want to try it out. It is there, like I said, it is an alpha stage. There may be changes in the future. There probably will be changes in the future. I will try and keep what we have current the same. But yes, there is a lot more to be added to it in the not too distant future. Anyway, that's it. I'm out. I'm out of time. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. And I'll see you in, well, the very next video. All right, bye.